Welcome back
Welcome back.
to another mini-sode
Another Sip and Spill minisode.
that I am leading today.
Yes.
So naturally, it's pretty dark. I found this article. I always find these when I'm really not looking for them,
Yeah.
honestly, like the good ones. And then when I'm like trying to find something pretty interesting, it's like there's nothing.
Yeah.
But I thought this one was interesting, kind of fit the whole fall, October, creepy
Yeah.
vibe.
It's spooky season.
It's spooky
so I'm all
season.
about it.
Yes. So this is 26 deathbed confessions that have completely changed the way I look at others, even my loved ones.
Ooh.
I would say
okay.
especially loved ones after hearing some
Yeah.
of these. This is a BuzzFeed article, my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Let's get into it.
let's get into it. There are a bunch.
Okay.
So I won't read everyone, but
Well, I feel like if you hear something about somebody you don't know, but imagine like knowing this about like
right.
somebody you do know, or you spend your whole life thinking you know this person, and then all of a sudden you find this out on
their
their
last
deathbed.
like breath, a lot of these words. Like
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
what?
Oh, I'm into this.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Let's
good.
hear it.
Okay, so number 1. My mom had a patient who was terminal and confessed to killing his twin brother in Vietnam so he could blame the death on war, steal his identity, and then return to the U.S. to be with his brother's wife.
No.
Yep.
Wait. Okay. So he killed his twin brother.
Yep.
They must have been identical.
Yeah.
Stole his identity, came home, and his wife didn't know the difference?
I guess not.
Whoa. Okay. Ooh.
Insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like,
Who did he confess that to?
I mean, it said my mom had a patient, so it had to be, what, his doctor, nurse,
Oh, right.
something.
Just the nurse.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
something.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a stretch. Like, you didn't have to. First of all, you want to take your brother's wife. Pretty dog shit move on your end. But, like, maybe just try to, like, get in there with
It's
him
an
alive.
elaborate way to do it.
Did you really have to kill him?
Right. And then take his identity?
Right.
Yeah.
And travel to Vietnam to do this? Did he enlist just because his brother
Right.
was?
How far back
Like,
did this plan form?
I mean, this was, like, really well thought out.
right.
I mean, not well thought out.
No.
But it was premeditated.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
better choice of words.
That's a crazy one.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right. Off the bat.
So boys, take a good hard look at your brother.
Twins, take
Yeah.
a good hard look at your twin.
All right, number 2. A great aunt of mine says that when her husband was on his deathbed, he confessed that he had actually shrunk 2 of her favorite and expensive sweaters by drying them many years earlier.
Aw.
This was kind of like the video I sent you of the girl who felt like her boyfriend was getting too hot, so she started adding butter to all his meal prep.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you're really just sabotaging them in a
Yeah.
terrible way. Like,
A
it's
terrible
she has
way.
2 favorite sweaters. Why would you shrink them?
And he held on to this for his
whole life.
Oh, every day just thinking about those sweaters.
I wonder if she thought that she like gained weight,
Maybe.
that they got a little snug, and she was like on top of how she was washing them, so it didn't make any sense. Like, so now he
Yeah.
not only ruined 2 of her favorite sweaters,
But her confidence.
Her confidence, right?
Yeah.
Men. This is why we don't let them do the laundry.
This is why we don't let them do the laundry.
All right, let's see this one. Not my story, but that of a hospice worker who spoke to my class. One of her patients was a bedbound woman in her 90s who was generally unresponsive but had flashes of recognition and engagement. Okay, that's creepy in itself. Imagine
Yeah.
someone just popping up here and there
Yeah.
with something to say.
Yeah. Simmer down.
Yeah, go back. Lay back down. Now, this patient was from a U.S. state that prided itself on its state university and the university's football team, and this woman's family had attended the university for 4 or 5 generations. Okay. However, her great-granddaughter was the first in the family to decide to go to a different school, the rivals state university, in fact. Her family was supportive of her decision, but often joked about her being a rebel or a Judas or what have you. One day, they were all sitting around the woman's bedside, teasing the girl about her decision. Suddenly, the patient sat up, looked at her granddaughter, and said, "Traitor," and then fucking died. That's literally what it says. So I don't really know what to make of this.
No.
So was she faking being unresponsive? Like, is that what they're trying to get at?
Oh, was it said that she was unresponsive and she just had random spats
yeah.
of like.
And now they're all sitting around, they're making jokes.
Well, so they always say, I feel, people that are in hospitals and like unresponsive like that they can still hear and they still know what's going on. So like, that's why they tell you to talk to them. sit and have a
Right.
conversation with them because they can still hear you even
So
though they can't respond.
was so passionate about this
Yeah.
that it woke her up.
It needed to come out of her
Yeah.
mouth before she croaked.
That's crazy.
That's really crazy.
That
And
must have been a terrible feeling for the.
I was just going to
Yeah.
say, if I was the granddaughter, I would be
Yeah.
like,
I'm
wow.
sorry. I killed her.
I killed her.
I killed her.
She
She died of a broken heart
She
because
died
I
of a
went to the
broken heart.
rival school.
Yeah.
This one I thought was funny. Are you superstitious? Not really, right?
It depends. Sometimes it depends on what it is. Like,
Okay.
I'll play into it a little bit, but like ultimately, I don't really like.
Like,
I
would
don't
you
take it
own a
so
black cat?
seriously. I don't like cats.
But
I wouldn't own a black cat.
They don't,
but
like, freak you out,
I
though.
won't walk under a ladder.
really,
Things like that.
Okay,
if I
so a
could
little
avoid
bit.
it, I'm not just going to intentionally walk under
Right.
a ladder if it's like leaning up against a building, like things like that. Or if I,
like the salt thing. Do you throw it over if you spill salt?
do you know what that is?
No,
You don't know the reason behind people throwing salt?
no, I never understood it.
Okay, let me explain it to you.
Tell
So
me.
we found this out when we were in Salem last year. We went and did this witches thing, and they explained it. When you throw salt over your shoulder, demons have a habit of counting things. They
Okay.
have to constantly count things. So when you throw salt over your shoulder, it makes them stop and have to count all the little pieces of salt, and you can go freely.
Oh,
So it's supposed to stop them, make them like a little frazzled, make them have to stop and count all the little grains, and then it detaches themselves from you.
Oh wow,
Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why they have a thing with counting.
That I couldn't tell
Yeah.
you.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a superstition based one. My great grandmother told us that her birthday was October 30th her whole life. On her deathbed, we found out that it was actually October 31st. She and her family had lied for 80 plus years out of superstition. Paperwork proved it after she was gone.
Wow.
She just did not want to be born on that day,
Halloween?
on the Day of the Dead.
The Day of the Dead. Is that the Day of the Dead?
I think so. Or is it?
October 31st?
Oh no, it's all no. The Day of the Dead is maybe May 5th, right?
Oh, I don't know. That's Cinco de Mayo.
We're gonna have to look it up
Okay, but regardless, she didn't want to be born on that day.
on that day. I would love
Huh.
to be born on Halloween.
Yeah, I feel like I
It's
would
like a
too.
fun day.
Yeah, the only thing is that like your birthday probably gets so overshadowed.
Yeah, that's true.
And you'd think, oh, it's just an excuse to throw like a party, but then it's like again, like oh, it's Natalie's birthday again. Like I just want to
Right.
do something else for Halloween and have
Right.
to celebrate Natalie's birthday.
well, at least
I
it's
would
not
never say that about
no,
your birthday,
I know.
but
at least it's not Christmas. Like people who
Yeah.
might feel that way, I feel like that would really suck to have a birthday on Christmas or
Yeah,
New Year's.
right.
Halloween, it's like
yeah.
whatever. All right. When I was in a hospital, the guy in the bed next to me just asked to stop taking his meds and he was ready to die. The last thing I heard him say was, "There's no one waiting for me at home, so I'm going where they are." Wasn't really a shocking confession, just a lonely and heartbreaking one.
Yeah. Well,
That
a
is
lot of
sad.
old people will say that they're like ready to be
Yeah, they're
with
the
their
last-
like loved one who
right.
passed already.
If you're the last one standing.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the last one standing, that's for sure. Take me out first.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Take me out first.
Let the people miss me.
I didn't see it, but my aunt watched her elderly mother fall down the stairs and confess just before she died that she wasn't her biological mother. She told my aunt that her older sister was actually her mother. The sister had gotten pregnant too young, and the mom said it was hers. A common way of handling things like that back then. She revealed it on her very last breath.
Whoa.
So imagine your mom falling down the stairs, dying.
Yeah.
And as she's going down, she's saying, "I'm not your mom, your
So
sister."
who's her mom? Oh,
The oldest sister.
the oldest sister. Yeah, no.
Now that's just that's opening a whole can of worms now for
Yeah.
post death.
So this girl's older sister.
or so she thought her whole
Is
life
actually
is
her
actually
mom.
her mom.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's like a whole. Now I'm literally going back to every single moment in my life and thinking about how awkward that probably
Yeah.
was because I was really talking to my fucking mom.
Yeah.
You know?
And everyone knows but me.
Yeah.
What a fool I am.
Well, that's not like so uncommon though because my mom is adopted and her mom got pregnant young. And the practice back then, so that like the family wasn't shamed or things like that, is they sent her away to boarding school. But it was really for her to be pregnant, have the baby, and then give it up, and then come home, and nobody ever knew. So no one really ever knew like whether or not my mom's biological mom's family knew about her, that she even existed, because
Wow.
they most likely didn't. And that was a common
Aw.
thing for them to do that back then.
That's so crazy.
Isn't it so crazy?
Like, come on.
Come on.
It's not that bad. It's not the end of the world. Like,
Well, for some people it was.
Yeah.
It was like a status thing. It was even maybe a money thing. Like, who knows?
but I feel like if that was the thing, then wouldn't you just like make that connection if someone said, "Oh, we're sending her off to boarding school"? I'd be like, "Oh, she's pregnant,"
There would probably be suspicions.
but you can't prove it.
But like also back then, I feel like you're also trying to like marry your daughter off, you know,
Right,
too.
so you don't want-
it's harder to do that when like she has a baby
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
like she's tainted.
Yeah,
She's soiled, if you
Aw.
will.
That's so sad.
I know.
Poor
I know.
Donna.
Poor Donna.
This one, you're gonna like this one. Just
Okay.
short, sweet, to the point. Before my grandma passed, she told us she hated being married and raising kids. She said she wanted to do so many things she could never do, but that she still loved everyone. My mom later passed away with the same type of regrets.
Oh no.
Just kept it
They're
in the
all
family.
fucked up. Yeah, kept it in the
seriously.
family. No wonder why the next mom said the same
Yeah,
thing.
she
She could
was like-
probably feel it.
Right.
Her whole life.
Her
Now
whole
she
life she
probably
felt it,
knows.
yep.
Yeah.
All right. This one is just pure creepiness. I had a patient who was an 86-year-old woman who had a bunch of crosses around her room. I had asked her to take them down due to the inability to create the care she needed. She insisted they all stay up because it was one cross for each soul she took. If that's true, she took 14 souls.
What does that mean?
Like, but that's my whole thing. Like, did she kill these people, or like, is she saying like that she broke hearts, like she took a man's soul? Because you could really
Right.
take it either way. I'm hoping that it was
Right.
number 2.
Well, because if when you kill someone, I mean, now this depends, of course, on how you look at life, how like spiritual now you are, like your physical being versus your spiritual
Right.
being. So some would say that that's more your soul, the out of body.
Right.
So if she killed them, that doesn't necessarily mean she took their soul. But that'd be an interesting way to put it.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm
Either
intrigued.
way, I know.
And I'd
wanna
like
know.
some more information.
Well,
Either way.
it's not funny. It's dark from watching the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, I haven't started it yet.
I was just thinking to myself, like, all of these serial killers that, you know, like these super famous, notorious ones, they're always men. So, like, I went on and I was, like, trying to find famous female serial killers. And obviously there are, like, a whole list of names come up. But they were all, like, ranging. The amount of people that they killed was, like, nothing compared to how many people
Right.
that men kill.
Right.
And I just thought, like, I want to say that one of the higher ones was like 14, 15
Oh.
that they named, at least on like the site that I was reading on.
There definitely are some female serial killers. You don't hear as much about them
Right.
because they're not as like gory, I guess.
Yeah.
You know,
These-
they're out there.
They're out there.
Mhm.
These bitches are crazy.
bitches are crazy.
Then, all right, here we go. Number 9. When my grandpa was dying, he confessed to my mom that her younger brother was not his biological son. My grandma had passed away years earlier and had gone to the grave with that secret. So my grandparents were not together and lived separately, but during that time it had been scandalous to have children by another man. So my grandfather raised my uncle like he was his own son, and none of the kids or anyone had ever suspected differently.
Wow.
What a good guy.
What a good guy.
Aw.
What a good guy. Though he probably should have just taken it to the grave.
Yeah, I know. Like,
You
leave
want
it
the
alone
recognition
about-
now
yeah.
that you did something so great.
Right. Men
Men.
wanting
But-
their recognition.
At the same time though, because there's so many like ancestry things and like those kinds of like programs or whatever out there now, should these people have done it and found out that this kid or whatever, that their brother wasn't really like DNA wise a match, now at least they know the story.
Right.
And they know why.
That's true.
You know?
They
So
all did
okay.
like an ancestry test and had
Yeah.
different results. Yeah.
They'd be wondering their whole life,
Right.
like, what and what's the story? And now they're both dead, so nobody knows. But
Right.
now at least they know the story. Something to
Sucks-
think
yeah,
about.
That
you know.
sucks. Okay, number 10. I work in end-of-life care and have been there for many deathbed confessions, but the saddest one was a woman who delivered a stillborn baby out of wedlock at home by herself and decided to put the baby's body in the basement freezer because she couldn't bear the idea of the community knowing what happened.
Whoa. So she
Ugh.
confessed that on her?
Yeah, on her deathbed.
Oh, no. I don't like that one. Oh. Oy.
But
That's rough.
yeah, but what's like why do that? I'm still not understanding. Like, it's stillborn, so that means that it's
dead.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
you have to get rid of it. You don't have to put it in your freezer and like preserve it.
Yeah,
you could like
it's a tragedy, but
bury
yeah,
it.
there was no like reason
Yeah.
to do that.
There was no reason.
Why did you not want the community to know?
And maybe I don't know. Maybe it was back in that time where it was just frowned upon to have a baby out of wedlock. But you don't. My gripe with this story is that you don't have to freeze it.
Right.
You know, dispose of it in another way, which is still very morbid. But
putting it in the freezer.
she seemed a little mental, which also then makes me want to ask: was it really a stillborn, or did you have the baby and you killed it?
I feel like on her deathbed she would have let all out.
Yeah,
so maybe not.
All right,
Maybe
we'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
I'm hoping. Not that it's any much better, but I mean, I guess it is.
It's much better.
It is kind of much better.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm lost.
I don't
on
like
this
that one. My partner's grandfather never spoke about his World War II service. After he served, his adult life was spent mostly as an alcoholic and being a shit husband and father, though in his later years he was able to make some good. In his dying hours, he relived his time at war. Some things he said were, "Oh God, they're here. They're behind us, sir. Stab him, fucking stick him. Help, medic. They're all around." He also had a string of names he kept saying. Such a tortured, broken mind.
Wow.
Ugh.
That's someone just reliving their past.
Now we know why he became an alcoholic.
Yeah. What kind of trauma did he go through?
We'll end it on a higher note.
Okay.
As I chew my cough drop. Okay. Number 14. My grandfather admitted to me and only me that he once accidentally had sex with a man. Accidentally. How is that accidental? It accidentally slipped into a tight ass hole. Literally.
Yeah, literally a tight ass
No
hole.
pun intended.
Uh-huh. Oh, I like that one though. But then how do you go, I mean,
how do you ever look at your grandfather the same?
Well, he dies then, so
oh yeah, that's true.
You don't have to, you don't look at him again. But then I think you just walk around. I feel like that's one where you're just like, okay. All right. I don't really think of you different because of that. But okay. What a weird piece of information to share with me.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Thanks, Grandpa.
That's some like bad grandpa shit.
Yeah. I like that one a lot, actually.
I just love the accidentally. It accidentally happened.
This was good. I liked this one.
This was a good one.
And I liked this one too because it got a little spooky. And next week is our Halloween episode.
Woohoo.
So this is just some nice prep for it.
Nice prep.
Love it. Do you have anything you want to confess if you're on your deathbed right now, Natalie?
We'll save it.
We'll see you next week.
We'll save some confessions.
Bye.
Bye, guys.